Hey everybody, this is Craig with the Unbeaten Path, and right now I am in Oahu, and I haven't recorded my Maui segment just because I am exhausted, right? So I do have some notes, and I'd like to go over a few things. One, uh, as a travel agent, I did not know how little I knew about Hawaii. Okay, if that makes any sense. Um, I lived here for a couple of years back in the 90s and thought I knew everything. And I tell you what, Hawaii has changed so much in the last so years, right? And I apologize because okay, if you go to the Big Island, that's kind of stepping back, definite have to have a rental car. Absolutely 100%. For about a week, I paid maybe 600 bucks, I guess. I did go through Enterprise. And these are going to be shameless plugs all over the place. So anyway, this time in Maui, I couldn't go with Enterprise, even though I like them. They would not let me book a car there. I guess they were all booked up. So I had to book a car from Hertz. Now, Hertz pissed me off, okay? First off, I had rented the car from the airport, okay? And they put it at the Hyatt Regency to pick up from the Hyatt Regency at 21 miles away. So luckily, I had already paid for transfers to and from the airport to my hotel. So I got lucky, talked to a very nice girl in the transport to take me to the Hyatt Regency, which I got the car and explained to the lady as nicely as I possibly could. But I booked this at the airport. Why couldn't they switch it? Blah, blah, blah. Basically, it was the Hawaiian fuck you. So, okay, fine. I get it. You know, I'm a freaking haole, and, you know, that's fine. So I got the car. It was it was filthy. I mean, it literally had been parked outside for weeks. It was dirty. They didn't even bother to wash it. So, Hertz, if anybody's working from Hertz, kiss my ass, okay? And seriously, I will never, ever rent from Hertz personally, and I will do my best to keep anybody that goes through my travel agency to rent from Hertz. Now, on this trip, I have booked hotels that are definitely on the ocean front, and I have booked places that I did excursions, and here is a word to the wise. Careful, okay? Booking too much physically hurts. Right? Literally, it does. And I had booked an excursion to an island some call Lanai, some call Lani'i, and it's owned by, oh boy, Larry Ellison, the owner of Oracle. He owns 98% of this island, so it's rather exclusive to get to this island. Paid almost $400 a person, and we get over there, and they fed us well. Do not get me wrong, great boat, great crew, okay? I just wish the concierge would have discussed a little bit more incorrect detail, okay, about this trip, because she told us it was going to be a 2-time snorkeling. So one, you're going to get dropped off at the beach, and then another, they're going to go to another little place and drop, let you jump off the back of the boat, and you'll snorkel around and look at all the really cool fish. By the way, absolute must on the islands, snorkeling. But what they didn't tell us is that from the boat harbor to the beach is approximately a good 3/4 mile to a mile ish. And now I'm sure everybody knows I've got a bad leg. So through surgery and crushed arch, the whole 9 yards. So I've got a bum leg, and it is very difficult for me to walk a mile in water shoes. Okay, I don't know if anybody knows what a water shoe is, but it's really thin soled. It really sticks to your feet, and so you can walk around on reef and stuff like that. It's got a really durable sole. Not good for hiking. Okay, and so we get there. We're doing the snorkeling, and okay, I lived here in Hawaii, and I have snorkeled in places that people normally do not get to snorkel. Snorkeled off the island of Ko'olave, which is a restricted island. You can't get to it, okay? Unless you get special permission by the Hawaiian government and probably U.S. government and all that other stuff. But I got to snorkel off that coast. I got to dive all over Oahu. And, I mean, I was certified open water diver or recreational diver through PADI. So I kind of know a little bit about swimming, right? And how to get in and out of an ocean with like gear on. Okay, so plus, military, the Marine Corps trained us, that type of stuff, blah, blah, blah. So with my bad leg, okay, I'm thinking, just going to put the fins on up here, and they were short fins. I mean, it wasn't like they were the big, long, stupid ones, that you would buy yourself if you were really diving, okay? And so anyway, so I'm backing up into the ocean, and they're like, oh, you shouldn't do that. Just put your fins on the water. I said, I know. I said, listen. I said, I got a bad leg, and I said, it's just going to be a lot easier for me to do it this way. And then this guy comes up, and he is flipping out. You can't turn your back on the ocean. You can't do this. And I'm like, look, dude. I said, I've got a foot that is really fucked up right now, and I cannot walk barefoot on this sandy beach. You can't, you're not, and I'm like, I'm telling you, I've done this before, okay? That's all I said. And he turns around, well, it's not like I work here or anything like that. All right, you know what, dude? If I could catch you, I'd whoop your ass, right? Well, anyway, so I get in the ocean, no problem. And, and I kind of felt bad because, he is doing his job. And, so I'm like, okay, cool. I go up and I'm like, look, man, I said, I wasn't trying to be a dick or anything. I apologize if I may have offended you. I said, I really have done this a lot. And I said, I understand, I'm not familiar with this beach. Right. Well, yeah, I just want to let you know that you never turn your back on the ocean. And I'm like, okay. I said, look, I'm apologizing. No, it's no worries, man. I'm like, okay, thank God you're on the other boat. Well, anyway, so I get finished, cleaned up and everything. And I'm ready to go back. And this guy, one of the guys off the boats is like, hey, anybody want to hike up to the, Mauna Palo or something like that? And I'm like, sure. I said, how bad is it? He goes, oh, it's not bad. Cool. I said, I'll try it. I said, I've got these shitty shoes on. He's like, yeah, you'll be fine. So I walk up there and I get to see it. And he goes, yeah, we're going to go up there. I've got pictures, and this thing is nothing nice. Okay. It is lava rock, and it is at probably a good 20% grade, right? So me and the wife, we actually made it all the way up. And I mean, which I felt fine at the time, but I did not realize what I've done to my good foot. And so I get back, we go back, we do the dinner, we do the, everything like that. They treated us really well. We get back, I get back home, to the hotel, and my foot is on fire. I mean, it is hurting. I swear I have a blister on the bottom of my foot that big. That big. Now, blisters aren't really that big of a deal, right? Unless you're a diabetic. Right here, okay? So you really got to take care of these things. And since I've got this blister on Maui, I haven't been able to really go in the water. I don't want to go in. No. I did not go in the water. I haven't been in the water since. So unfortunately, I am here at Hawaii, and cannot go in the water anymore because of my foot. I mean, it's a mess. It's getting better. Anyway, Maui, I've talked about uh, okay, one of the best experience I had, okay, is Skyline Zipline. Okay, if you go to Maui, make this a must. Also, stop in at, I don't have a card with me. Dag nabbit. All right, I don't have her card with me, but there is right by the Skyline Zipline, right next door, is a tea shop, and they have phenomenal tea. Get the nettle tea. I cannot pronounce the name. I'm not even going to try. Not even going to try to embarrass myself or the Hawaiian people that with my bastardization of the language. Okay. So anyway, try the tea. Do the zip line. I am, knock on wood, I am going to get one of the guides for the zip line on the podcast when I get back. And this guy is phenomenal. Knows his shit. Not about he knows his zip lining shit too, but he knows a lot about plants and native Hawaiian stuff. And we actually had a true discussion about ko'olave, which I found was 100% interesting, and love to get him on the show, love to talk to him. So hopefully he will be watching this, right? Okay, so that is Skyline Zipline, big plus. And the boat company that we took was Trilogy, and we went to the Lanai Island, or Lani. And another one, which I don't have the name, my wife actually has the papers, and she won't let me have it right now, due to the fact that kind of feel a little bit ripped off, right? So there is a place off the coast of Maui, and it is called Molokini, all right? Molokini is a collapsed volcano crater, and it collapsed about half of it, all right? So the ocean kind of went into this volcano crater, and life kind of started surviving after it collapsed and died out. It is probably one of the best snorkel places in the world, from what I'm told. I have not seen it. I don't know this for a fact, but I have been told Molokini is, if you go snorkeling, you have to go there. So I'm like, this is on my bucket list, right? I'm going here. Well, we get out on this, and if I could remember their name, I'd trash them. It's like Blue Aloha, Blue Hawaii, Blue Maui. I don't remember, but yeah, so we didn't get to go. We got to go to two other places, and I tell you what, my wife really enjoyed the second place we went because she got to. I didn't really go in after they said we're not going to go to Molokini. I'm like, you know what, screw it, I'm done. My foot hurts anyway. So she went swimming, and it got to see a lot of sea turtles, which is kind of neat. I mean, they're kind of a protected species around here, and everybody tries to take care of them. A lot of people in the water, a lot of snorkelers, right? So, yeah. And I tell you, one of the things we did up there, I met a lot of really cool people on this trip, and I hope to have them on my podcast as soon as I can. And next place that we drove, we got in a car. Like I said, if you're on Maui, you must have a rental car, okay? Maui is a very gorgeous place. Do not get me wrong. It is gorgeous, and it is expensive. Yeah, me and the wife, we went to Duke's, and first day there, I'm going to get back to this trip. First day we check into the Aston on Maui, Aston Mahana. Okay, you have to fight for your parking spot when you get there, right? It's like, what? Yeah, I talked to this dude from the Hyatt Regency. He goes, "That's crazy, man." He goes, "No way." He goes, "We do valet parking here." He goes, "Man, you need to stay at the Hyatt Regency." Well, if I come back to Maui, I definitely will. But anyway, so you have to fight for your parking spot at the Aston. And so your car looks like shit. You know, it gets shit on by the birds all the time, and it's crazy. So we get in, and of course flights from one island to the other are early in the morning, okay? So you get on, and we got here like at 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, and it's like, maybe a little later, maybe 10 o'clock, I don't know. So we go check in. I'm like, hey, can we check in? And the lady's like, no, check-in's not till 4 o'clock. But we're here. Oh, no, no, no. We got to clean the room. We got to do this. We got to do that. And I'm like, listen, you guys know that these flights come in so early in the morning. You guys know what time my flight is because it's all in the little package deal. So why can't I get in my room? Oh, we don't do that. We don't do early check-ins. Okay. So what do you suggest we do? Well, you can leave your luggage right here. We'll keep an eye on it. And then, you can walk down the beach. And I'm like, I can't walk hardly anywhere right now. That's not correct. I hadn't hurt my foot that bad. So I'm like, okay, I lied. We go back. We go out to the boardwalk. We figure out how to get out to the boardwalk. By the way, there is a major construction going on in this hotel. Nobody said shit. We get out to the boardwalk. We walk down to this place called Duke's, which this guy's like a huge Hawaiian athlete, gold medalist, the whole 9 yards. Really did a great thing. But he has a restaurant, so we got lunch. Okay, it was good. Wasn't that good? $120 just for lunch. Like, damn. And it was like, holy smoke. So I'm trying to hook up with the locals, find out where the locals eat, find out where to go grocery shopping and, what to pick up. And so we picked up a ton of stuff, and we ended up going to Safeway to get some food and some water and stuff like that. So we ate a lot in the hotel, but we did go out to a couple different places. And I'm telling you, you go out, you will pay. You're going to pay over $100 minimum for 2 people to eat a dinner. Unless you're going like McDonald's dollar menu, right? Then you might get under 100. But yeah, it's crazy. The prices are crazy. The gas was almost $6 a gallon. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so that's my Aston Mahana story. And I tell you what, if I book anybody else in Maui, I will. Gorgeous view. Yeah, gorgeous view. You know what? The view in Kona on the Big Island was 100% better. The room was twice the size. Okay, I paid almost twice the amount for that room in Maui. I'm getting kind of my places a little mixed up. Don't get me wrong, gorgeous view. If you want, check out my pictures on Facebook. I've got a ton of them, and I've got everything labeled so you can check out the views from the hotel. We were on the ocean. Now, I am on the ocean right now in Oahu, so I will do a third segment in a little bit. But we did do some driving. We drove to Hilo, and which was great. We had a really good time there in Hilo. God bless it, in Maui. I'm sorry. And yeah, Big Island, Hilo, Kona, yeah, the whole 9 yards. Great island. We'll go back 100%. Maui, not so much. I will probably end up going back because I do want to snorkel Molokini someday. And I apologize to anybody that I booked for Hawaii because, it's been a shocker, this trip. And if you are planning on becoming a travel agent, make sure that you have really intimate knowledge of these places. That way you can actually help your clients out instead of saying, oh, just go up there and have a good time. Yeah, it really doesn't work that way. People are going to want to go to places that you haven't been. Do your best to research them. Talk to the concierges in hotels. Talk to the hotel, even if it's in like Italy. Yeah, so we did drive. We drove up to the summit, and that was breathtaking. The highest point on Maui, it was 10,023 feet, and it is called the summit. And there is a crater up there. You can see everything in Maui from this point. There is an observation place, which you can't get in to go check out the stars, right? But anyway, we had a great time up there. Now get this. So we're up there. We're in this little. If you go to the summit, take a sweater, take a pair of jeans because it was 55 degrees when we were up there. 55. I was shaking because I had a short and a t-shirt on. Yeah, so take a sweater, take a pair of sweats, whatever you want. We get up there, we're in this little kind of like building type thing, and we're all looking around, taking pictures, and oh wow, everybody. It was really nice. Met this dude, his name is Joel, and he had an issue with his leg. And I'm impressed. He had a prosthetic, and he was born with missing one bone missing the tibula in his leg, and his foot was backwards. So at that time, I guess they decided to take the foot off, and so he's been in prosthetics his entire life. Now, what he has done, and I have invited him on a podcast. His name is Joel, and what he did was he sea to summit. He went to the sea, put his foot in the sea, and then hiked all the way up. Him and his wife Stephanie. I'm assuming it's his wife. I don't know. Might be his girlfriend, and maybe he didn't want me to tell that. So anyway, it was really good, and he went all the way from the sea to the summit, 10,023 feet. Took him a little over 3 days, and phenomenal. I'm going to have this guy come on and talk about an organization that he is actually kind of working for or working with, I guess, to try to raise awareness. It is called ROMP, ROMP, and it is, he told me, I never write anything down, range of motion something program. I'm sorry, but it's called ROMP, ROMP, and I've got his contact information. I'm definitely going to have him on the podcast here in the next few weeks. So that's pretty much my Maui trip. If I have anything else, I will wrap everything up in the third. I'm on Oahu. I am taking notes, and here's a little tip for Oahu. Don't go. I'll tell you why later. So here's another thing. We traveled 3,000 miles to get to this tropical paradise island. This is where my wife wanted to go eat. Right? Funny story. I am going to let everybody go. I want you to have a great day and travel safe. And I will talk to you all later. And I apologize about the lighting. I've got, I'll let you see out my view right now. I'll do it. Yeah, this is my view. It's actually really, really pretty. I know it's kind of crappy right now, but and the lighting in this room is really bad. So anyway, talk to y'all later. Be careful.